Alright. You know what time it is. We got a door painted, which means now we gotta get a door on. So, we're gonna move these hinges out here. Flop the bottom one. You can grab, grab a drill bit here. Grab anything. Just to pop this guy over the springs. Ooh. That's hard. Let me grab something bigger. Extension. We pop whatever in the latch and bink. Alright, get those moved out. And then we'll get this set up. We'll get the door over here, get the door mounted. Door is on-ish. I think those are all like 14s. Yes, the empty toolbox of shame. What are you? What are you? Oh yeah, that'll work. Don't ask me why I'm wrenching these. I'll give you an answer. It's because I don't know where any of my tools are, and this was the first thing available. I love to make things hard on myself. It's kind of like a hobby. Okay, I think I'm done making things hard on myself. Time to rob the Pat. Time to rob the Pat. Pat don't need no tools because it's time to rob the Pat, 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 Pat. He'll never know. Oh, hell yeah. I'm just gonna kind of snug these so I can maybe try to adjust the door. But at least that way I can kind of, you know, actually pull on the door and not have it just flex on the hinges. Yep, that one's snug. 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 Alright, do you line up-ish? Probably not. It's actually not awful. But looking at this here, well, I'm sure a lot of this is to do with the fact that they're, you know, aftermarket fenders. Might actually call this good. You know, it's got, if I push that in, you know, it's got a spot here that kind of pokes out, but I almost wonder if this body line on the fender is just different. You know, on this, it's a little bit inboard, but this fender also is not bolted in at the bottom, so I think once that's bolted in, that's gonna clean that line up. So I think we're gonna call this good. I think we're just gonna tighten the door down here and call that. Go steal a bigger ratchet from Pat. Let's get a little. Click. Click. And see if I can get that one on there. Oh, come on, old Bessie. Click. All right. We'll call that mounted, eh? Would you look at that? Old girl's starting to become a truck. I gotta paint the handle, paint the mirror, yada yada yada. And then still gotta paint this other door, get that on. We'll go from there. Door on. We got the, if I can open the door. Got the striker installed. The door closes nice. But I don't know if I need to, you know, tweak the door a little bit. It sticks out a little bit here, but then up here it seems decent. Maybe sticks out a little bit up top. On the bottom, though, you know, it kind of, you know, is inside the body line on the cab corner. And then as you come down, it kind of pokes down here too. And then like the bottom seems right where it's supposed to be. So I'm not 100% sure. You know, I don't know if this is like an aftermarket door shell where it just doesn't fit perfect, or it's not terrible, but I don't know what I gotta do there. But we got a door on it now. You know, truck is certainly looking more like a truck. Get all the handles in it, get the window in it, vent, you know, wing window, mirror, door lock, and then start getting the panel and stuff on it, and this side will be done. And then we just got, you know, one more side to do, so it's certainly getting there. Alright, look at that. Got the door on, closes, mostly lines up. Striker on it. Get this thing pulled forward so I can open the door all the way and then finish putting it together. This thing wants to start today. Come on, honey. I gotta pull those injectors back out. I gotta redo this fuel system. Pull the injectors out, clean all that up. Definitely better since adding the filter in there, but we definitely have some issues with it clogging injectors and stuff still, but I'm sure it's because this passenger side rail, the regulators on the front and the back of the rail is just plugged. So all the crap that comes up, it just runs right to the back of the rail and then plugs those injectors up. So here we got the pile of parts for this door. Not 100% sure how this is supposed to go together, but I think the first thing we'll try to put in is the wing window here. If I remember right, that was one of the last things to come out. So I think it should be one of the first things to go back in. somewhere to set this. That's a big funk. I think that's pretty close though. Got those two holes lined up. We got that guy, and I think these use, I think I know which screws these use too. I believe these are gonna use these. Yep, I think these are all for that. So I think we're gonna have two screws that have these guys in them. Try and set this back up. See if I can finagle this guy a little bit. There's one screw. All right. Can't walk around the truck that way. Now the thing on these is you got to be really careful with screws because it's all just kind of threaded into like sheet metal. So we got her in, but you know that like this one is. So you got to be real careful with these things, these old trucks on screws, because everything's just kind of in, you know, sheet metal for the most part. So like we got that one tight. This one, you know, it's in there, but it's not, you know, it's not nice anymore. So kind of get it tight-ish, and you know, we'll call her there. And you know, it just wouldn't be right if we wouldn't got the right size tools. So crank these down a little bit with the old adjustable. Alright, now we got functioning rear window. Perfect. I think next thing to go in probably be, I don't know, window regulator maybe? I'm not 100% sure yet. Alright, so we got the wing window in. That's looking good. Now we're just going to get the rest of this door assembled quick. And then we will be, well, we will not be back, alright? We're going to get the rest of this door assembled quickly. And then we'll see what's next on the list here. I got it. My GoPro died. It took me so long to put this window regulator in and get the window in that the GoPro died. So, it's in. Window filthy. Window tracks are not in yet, but bink. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna set this guy back up. That height works. And then continue on with this guy. There we go. Alright, we are getting closer. Now we need some weather stripping on that. I got a couple more braces to put in. I got, this guy. We're getting there. Cool. So we got door complete. Little pull handle, brace, windows in, rear window track, regulator, wing window works. I know there's a trim piece. And then we have a door handle, but it's broken, so I gotta grab another one of those. And then, let's see here. I have one little rubber trim piece that I honestly can't remember if it goes inside or outside. This guy. This goes, well, pretty sure this goes on the outside of the door. I'm like 75% sure. Yeah, I can see the clip holes. So it goes this way. Pull the window back down. Handy little crank window roller downer. Okay. Then this guy. can do this with 2 hands, maybe. Got the outer rubber on. Look at that. That is a finished door. I hate these little mirrors, but it'll work for the time being. That is sweet. See if I can grab some glass cleaner, clean this window up a little bit, huh? Alright, we found some glass cleaner. We're just gonna clean this gross thing up quick. I'm sure this is gonna take 10,000 paper towels. Yuck. Clean up that door strip while we're here. Yep. Just nasty. Yuck. That's night and day different already. Oh, that locked the door? Oh no! At least there's not another door on it. Oh yeah, inside's equally gross. We'll just get in here. Same thing inside. Also nasty. excited that this thing had tint on it already, but certainly gonna have to be re-tinted, which ain't the end of the world, so kind of a unfortunate deal. You can see all the overspray here from when they primed the doors black, but then, I mean, this is all holes in the tint. Pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like holes in the tint. But I will say, you know, doors on. Already feels crazy. I mean, we almost got the cab sealed. It's got a windshield, it's got a back window. Now we got a door with an actual window. No. Sometimes you just gotta make the girl a little shorter, okay? Jesus. Some people's kids. Anywho, get the old wing windows opened up. Man, I feel like we are getting close. Every time I do something kind of major like this, I'm like, holy crap, we've come a long way. So I guess the next thing to do is get that door on, which means we gotta disassemble, we gotta paint, we gotta get it back on, we gotta reassemble, blah, 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 blah. So the story goes. And then for this door, I gotta pull a door handle off my other cab outside, and then I need to pull the weather stripping, because this door did not have any actual upper weather stripping in it, so I gotta steal that out of the other cab, and then this window should actually shut nice and be all sealed up. So that's all for today. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.